Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I hope all is well with you. First off, I want to say I do apologize for my absence. There has been a lot going on in my life, good, sometimes irritating, but yet I've been productive. So I just want to say that I'm not gonna sit on here and tell y'all, oh, I've been busy. No, I've been productive. I've been, building my business from the ground up, navigating through my own darkness, dark night of the soul, tower moments, all of that, and really enjoying life and doing the best that I can to be in the present moment. So, yes, there's a lot going on. So, but definitely missed you guys and missed doing these readings. So, let's get started. Let's not waste any time. So, what I asked Spirit today is what does Spirit want me to know? So, what does Spirit want us to know at this moment in time? And I feel like there's like this heaviness in the air, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's affecting me, but also affecting other people around me. So I kind of just took it on my own behalf to ask, okay, in general, what is it that we need to know at this moment? And there's a full moon, I think coming later on this week. Maybe it's going to hit Wednesday, but essentially, y'all know when the full moon, you feel that energy 3 days before and 3 days after. So that could be the explanation as to why the heaviness has been real in the air, or maybe it's something else. But today we're going to find out. So, of course, the first hexagram was y'all had one changing line, was number 4. And number 4 changing line means how the work can be done. And I'm excited about this one because I feel like this is also an answer that I've been trying to seek myself. Like what is that I need to know, and what can be done about it. And then the next hexagram is 30. So the first one is 22 and the next one is 30. So let's get started. And I've never pulled number 22 before. So this is going to be interesting. Let me get to the page. Okay. So number 22 is beauty. And then we're going to read the card first, and then we're going to do the passage. So it says, this is about natural beauty, the simple expression of nature, but it is also the way people create images to communicate something of a person or thing's inner nature. However, no created image could ever express a whole person. It's a time for imaginative, lively exploration of beautiful ways the essence could flower. Beautiful ways the essence could flower and be seen. How can you make essence visible? What do you choose to communicate? So I'm really loving this. I can't talk, I'm sorry. So it says this is about natural beauty. So I think at this moment in time, a lot of us may be feeling a little insecure about our bodies and the way we look. I definitely know I have, because I literally stepped on the scale this past weekend and it said I was 200 pounds. And I was like, oh no. 200 pounds, but instead of like bashing myself and saying that, oh, you're gaining too much weight and blah blah blah, I sulked in that moment. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was just like, oh, I need to work out, I need to do this and this and that. But it's like, how can I truly accept my own natural beauty, whether that's before I lose weight or after I gain weight or whatever? I think that the moral of it is kind of be satisfied as to where you are in life. Because a lot of the times, and I'm not gonna bypass y'all's emotions and say, oh, people got it worse than you. But essentially that we were created in the source's image. So we are who we are, and that's beautiful. Whether you believe that you have flaws or not, at the end of the day, our natural beauty, our natural essence is what gives us it's really what gives us life. I feel like without our souls and our spirits, I feel like we would just be empty shells. And I feel like our soul is what adds on to our beauty and our essence. And that's what makes us beautiful. So just kind of appreciating who I am before and after any type of changes that I intentionally want to make about myself. And the reason being is because we'll never be satisfied on how we look or how we act, because we truly don't know how to appreciate who we are. So that may be a specific message for somebody. but I thought I had to say that. However, no created image could ever express a whole person. So also understand that no matter what somebody says about you or what you are experiencing or what you're witnessing, whether that's witnessing another person or situation, no created image could ever express a whole person. So a lot of the times, a lot of things are not what it seems, especially to the naked eye. Like you could see something, you feel like, oh, this must be true, or this must be real, or this must be happening right now, or whatever. But essentially, when you don't have a backstory to something, then you have to understand that that's not the whole scope of the situation or the person. So we also have to understand seeing the natural beauty of other people, even when we can't stand them or even when we don't agree with them, is because everybody comes with something, even us. So everyone comes with a backstory. Everyone has issues that they're dealing with. Everyone is going through something at some point in time in their life. And we also have to see the beauty of that, not their suffering, but them as a person. Even if we do not understand them, it's because whatever image that they're presenting to us or projecting onto us, that doesn't tell us the whole story about that person. So truly, you don't know that person for who they are, because a lot of the times our closed-mindedness, our ego is blocking that. And it also takes away from our compassion of self and for others. So if you can't see yourself being compassionate towards others, you can't see yourself being compassionate towards yourself. So yeah, and it's like, how can you make the essence visible? Like, and when we talk about essence, I mean your spirit. Like, everything that comes with you, how can we make that visible? You know, and you can do that by being more compassionate, being more understanding. And when I say these things, I'm talking. Not only am I talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself because I need to do this as well. So let's go to the passage. I definitely don't want to always read the same thing, but we might do it again. So I'm trying to get it to where y'all can see the whole, and it's not weird. This is about natural beauty, like the beauty of a plant, whose form is the perfect, simple expression of its nature. It's also about the way people create images to communicate something of a person or things in their nature. This becomes a fruitful way to engage with the world when you have purpose in mind, like someone who becomes a suitor for the sake of his bride, or a figure of authority for the sake of those she teaches. This is an image created for the sake of communication and relationship, as a first step towards a chosen destination. Yet it only bears a small yield, because it is only a first small step. Becoming something for someone is not sufficient to bring about significant results on its own. It's not the same as wholehearted conviction or ultimate fulfillment. No created image could ever express a whole person. So this is not the time to concentrate on results. It is a time for imaginative, lively exploration of beautiful ways the essence could flower and be seen. I don't know why every time I say that, I trip up. Okay, so first of all, I love this. It's like, this is an image created for the sake of communication and relationship as a first step towards a chosen destination. So it's like, what is it that we need to know right now is that instead of focusing on the result of something or the destination or that image that you want to see that you're trying to create, focus on the journey to that destination or to that result or to how you're going to become someone or how you communicate. Like, you know, how when, for example, my art. So it's like I have this final image of what I want my artwork to look like. But then when I am not trusting the process, I become very frustrated in my art. And really it's more a frustration of myself, is because how is it that I can't get the image that I see in my mind? And then my art is basically talking back to me. It's like, well, duh, dummy, because you're not trusting the process. Of course, it's not going to look right to you in the naked eye because you don't necessarily know the scope of everything that's going to go into it. So you have to naturally allow something to unfold right before your eyes instead of trying to control the narrative. So when you let go of control of that narrative, then it will start to show its true essence, its true beauty. Even if sometimes you're not necessarily satisfied with the end results, at the end of the day, you have to see the purpose in that end result. So that's what it was basically saying, that at the end of the day, it's a first small step. Trusting the process is a very big, important small step. And the reason why I say that is because when you trust the process, then you can trust the journey. And then you trust that whatever destination that you arrive to or whatever result that you seek will actually be for you, will actually work for you in your favor and not how you think it should. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's also about the way people create images to communicate something of a person or things in their nature. Like, I keep going back to that is because it's creating images. So every time I think of that, I always think of artwork. So some of y'all specifically can be an artist, y'all can be a musician, or whatever creative that you consider yourself to be. It's basically saying that as an artist or a musician or a dancer, it's like we create these images. Our imagination is what feeds our soul, a soul food, and it also allows us to communicate to other people. So it's really about the way we connect with our essence, but also how our essence connects with others around us. Because a lot of the people are witnessing our essence, and a lot of them want our essence, sometimes for good and for bad. But essentially, a lot of our gifts that we always want to see the end result of, we want to see the end result of a dance routine or a piece of art or a song. But what people don't realize is the journey is what makes other people fall in love with it. It's like that's something that a lot of people appreciate, because a lot of people want to know, is like, how did you get to this? What was going on through your mind when you created those lyrics? What was going through your head when you were doing that dance routine? Like, what gave you that energy to do that and to embody that essence, that glow? So a lot of us, sometimes we don't have the answer to that. It's like, I don't know, I just connected. And it's just like that connection, it starts with trusting that process. So trusting the journey for what it is and for not what we want it to be. And also know at the end of the day, this is not the time to concentrate on results. It is a time for so it's a time to be creative, not a time to focus on the results and what it's going to look like and maybe it should be like this or whatever. No, focus on the beauty and the essence of what you are creating, and everything should unfold naturally. Okay, so I'm gonna read Changing Line number 4. This book is kind of hard to keep open because my hand hurts. Okay. A beautiful, dazzling energy makes its entrance, like a suitor coming for his bride with his glossy horses in all their finery. This is a time to express conviction. Get started and explore. Get started and explore. New possibilities shine brightly. There's a power of fine horse to lend them momentum as they get underway. It's hard to see what substance there might be beneath this gleaming white. You might suspect it's a fake, come to steal your time and energy. But this is just the nature of energy at hand. It's for lighting up beginnings, not all the subtler nuances to come. You will not lose anything in the encounter. And there is the potential for great gains, and clarity of intention and energy, and an expansion through partnership. So some of y'all could be coming into a certain partnership with somebody, and it doesn't have to be romantic or anything. A lot of times it can be like a new friend or a business deal or another ability that you never knew that you had. Like, to me, that's a partnership, because you coming into unison with another skill or ability that is a part of yourself that you never knew that was there. So that's always fun. But also, it's hard to see what substance there might be beneath this gleaming white. So you know how I talked about the beauty of something, but it's like it's hard to see what substance. So some of y'all, it's like what y'all need to know is we're looking too hard to see what's underneath the result. Like, what's underneath this? Like, I need to know. Like, give me the answers to it. But in reality, a lot of the times when we are seeking that validation or those external answers, we become illusion to our own exploration. Like, exploring can be good or bad. So when it can be of a detriment when you become codependent on the answers. And a lot of times we have the answers. But essentially, when you want the answer so desperately, you will seek any means to find that answer. And a lot of times we are alluded to think that, oh, this is fake, this is not real, this is too good to be true. But it's like, now that you found the answer, now that you found how the end result is has been made or whatever, now it's too fake. Now it doesn't make sense. Oh, now this has to be too good to be true. But in reality, all you had to do is trust the process. And then when you trust the process, you trust everything that comes along with it. So nothing is fake. Nothing is too good to be true. You know it's meant to be. Whether that's a relationship, a partnership, or a new job, or whatever. But yeah, it's like, this is just the nature of the energy at hand. So it's like, it's for lighting up beginnings. And this is just the energy at hand. So the energy equals the essence. The essence equals the energy, to me personally. So when we trust the process, we know that our essence, our energy will speak for itself. And a lot of the times when our energy is in alignment with what it is that we're wanting for ourselves, what's truly meant for us, it's not going to be fake. You're not going to second guess yourself. You're going to know right then and there that this is what's been manifested for you, and this is the fruits of your labor. And now you're being able to relish in greatness and prosperities because that was meant for you. It was always there for you. You just have to become in alignment with that. So again, when your energy is out of alignment with what it is that you're trying to manifest with itself, you're going to feel a lack. You're going to feel like, oh, it'll never come in. But in reality, your energy, your mind, body, and spirit has to be in alignment with one another. It has to be in agreement that, yes, we are ready to meet our manifestations. We are ready to come into alignment. So think about your energy and your manifestations in two different lanes. Your energy is in a whole different lane. But when you start to work on yourself, connect yourself, and do shadow working, your energy starts to come in alignment with that other lane, which is your manifestations. So now y'all in the same lane. Now imagine yourself in the car and you're driving. You're like, where's my manifestation? Next thing you know, it appears right in front of you. And the reason why it just magically appears is because you were in alignment with that manifestation. So not only were you calling out to it, it was calling out to you. So you weren't, going the whole extra mile and being desperate, trying to forcing things to happen. No, it just happened. So our mind, body, and spirit has to be in alignment with one another in order for something to come into fruition. Remember that. When you out there manifesting things on the behalf of your ego, you're not in alignment with anything. You're bringing in whatever your energy is matching at that moment. So if your energy is low vibrational, it's going to manifest and attract things that are also low vibrational. That is not meant for you. And then you're going to continue to be upset. You're going to continue to be angry, projecting onto people, irritated, maybe even depressed or sad, or you feel like nothing is going right in your life. Like, at the end of the day, we all have to understand how energy works and how the universe works. The universe responds to energy. The universe will not come out of nowhere and say, oh, I heard what you said, like, word for word, like, I get it. No, your energy has to match whatever the universe is calling out to it. Like, that's just how I feel personally about it. But essentially, that's just kind of what kind of goes on with it. And that's what I want people to actually understand is we can all manifest from our ego. That is very much a very real thing that happens all the time. Trust me, I know because it's happened to me. And it probably happens to you every day. So check your energy. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Low energy is bad for your health. I think I should be a rapper. I'm not a rapper. Okay, listen. JK, I'm gonna stop playing. Oh, and also before I go to the next card is not a robber but a martial ally. So also remember that when you are accepting things for what it is, when you have surrendered to the journey, when you have surrendered to your ego, your higher self, your inner child, you will start to recognize things as an ally instead of someone trying to rob your energy. not everyone or everything is your enemy. It may just be nothing, or it may just be an actual lesson or a blessing in disguise, or someone actually coming along to help you. So essentially, again, somebody may come along to help you, like a suitor. This could be a love partner, maybe not, but someone coming along to help you, to be your ally, to really help you with things and really bring things into manifestation. Because I do believe for the most of our spiritual journey, yes, we walk that path alone. However, there are going to be certain people that come along the way to help you understand certain things about yourself and your journey. Because a lot of times we don't see things in a way that's actually beneficial to us. And also a lot of times other people learn different things from a different perspective, and then we actually can gain knowledge from learning from other people's perspectives. So that part. So yes, what is that we need to know? The beauty. Don't focus on the result. Focus on the exploration. Focus on the journey. Focus on the essence of how things flows. Okay? And then once we do that, we begin to have clarity. Once we get out of our own way, then we can see clearly. Nurture your capacity to see and nourish new insights. Flashes of meaning bring clarity and lasting awareness, enabling you to see signs and messages all around you. Female cattle represent the reserves of strength that sustain mindfulness, along with the quiet willingness for that power to be used and guided. What do you see? What does it mean? And how can you nourish and sustain a high level of awareness? So it's like, how can we sustain or be consistent with our clarity and our guidance and our wisdom and our knowledge of the spiritual journey, but also ourselves and others? Like, how can we sustain that? It's by allowing the energy to flow, allowing things to happen as it should. And this is what I've noticed about myself. I'm going to put myself out there. Is that when I fight something, when I fight a tower moment, or I fight the dark night of the soul, or when I'm not fighting someone around me, when I'm talking about on an energetic level, I find myself so fucking frustrated and pissed off and sad and angry. It's because I am not allowing myself to see this situation for what it is and what it's teaching me about myself. Because, my ego gets in the way, and my ego's like, no, I don't need them to teach me shit. I know what I'm doing. I know where I am. I know who I am, and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, we just don't, because that's fear. Because I'm scared of someone teaching me something about myself that I feel like I failed to do myself. But I also realize that it's not failure. This is an opportunity. Just because someone taught me something about myself does not mean that I have failed to teach myself that same very thing that I thought I should know, because it's myself, right? A lot of times you don't want people telling you something about yourself or trying to help you with something, and the reason being is because, no, I know this. I know this about myself. I knew where I was going. I knew this person was a liar. I knew this, and no. In reality, a lot of times, again, I say this is because when we are on our journey, we don't always have to walk it alone. There are going to be people that come along the way to help us see things from a different perspective. And a lot of times we don't necessarily have the full scope of something. So, like this one, when it said how the light is like messing me up. But it's basically saying how no created image could ever express a whole person. And when I keep going back to that line, it makes me think of the scope of something. So it's like, no one image that you're just looking at can truly tell you the whole story about someone's narrative or who they are as a person or the situation of a job or whatever. It's whatever it resonates with you, but it's basically saying that you have to be able to be open-minded to other perspectives so you can see the whole scope of the situation before you begin to judge it. And that's very important, because when we are closed-minded and we don't allow ourselves to see things from a certain scope, guess what's going to happen? We're going to move into I had a flow and now my mind is doing something else. But you're going to begin to move into a state of low vibrational fear-based perspective, to where everything and anything around you seems like it's your enemy. Oh, this person came here to lie to me or steal from me, or this situation came here to do me wrong or whatever. No, it's like we stand in our own way of our own destiny. And the reason why we do that is because we put these blinders on, and our ego says, no, I don't see this situation for what it is. I don't care. I don't want to see it. And then you're like whining like a baby because it's like, no, nobody or nothing can teach me about myself or tell me anything about who I am or what the situation is. But in reality, when that whole scope of your perspective is compromised, then you don't have clarity. Then you can't see things for what it is. So again, that clarity is something that's very important. So what is that we need to know? Trusting that whoever and whatever that comes along the way is not always meant to hurt us. That a lot of times Spirit sends people to us to help us progress on our journey and move forward. So we have to understand that there is beauty in everything that we experience in this world. There is so much love and light in this world. We just have to be able to be open-minded to see that. But when we're not, when we're on low vibrational, fear-based perspective, we see everything as dark, blackness. We see everything as a problem. We see everything as an enemy trying to rob us or hurt us or steal from us or take our energy. So, yeah. Well, let me read number 30. Okay, I'm trying to get this to be straight. The ancient Chinese character for clarity shows a flying bird, a net to capture it. Birds are messengers. This one represents flashes of insight, the way things can light up and shine out clearly. We weave a net of concepts to grasp the message and hold its meaning and awareness. This is not passive seeing, but a meeting of outer and inner light. Seeing the truth and holding it with constancy bears fruit. Then the moment of insight become lasting awareness, so that we enter into a creative communication with the signs and messages around us and truly see other people. I love that. We enter into a creative communication with these signs and messages around us and truly see other people. So remember the scope of things, that not one image that you just see at first glance, it can tell the whole story of something or someone. Just as bright light needs fuel, such a level of attention and understanding demands a great deal of energy. Female cattle represents the reserves of strength to sustain mindfulness, along with the quiet willingness for that strength to be used and guided. They would be the support of farming culture, providing both food and power so that the people could develop a higher culture and a better understanding of their world. So take care of your cattle and build up your reserves, as well as paying attention to what you see. Nurture your capacity to see. Cultivate the part of you that shelters and nourishes new insight. So the whole passage that I just read, it says see. Like the word see is all through that whole last little paragraph there. And throughout the passage. But remember, the whole scope of things. It's like, I feel like that word beauty on the first card is basically saying that when we truly are in our divine light and our divine awareness, we see the beauty in a lot of stuff. And I don't mean beauty in everything that you see, because a lot of things in this world is not beautiful. Sometimes it's just straight up terrible and fucked up. But essentially what I'm saying is that when we can look at the bigger picture of something and how things are, how it's really supposed to play out, even when we're not necessarily too focused or codependent on the result, we're truly understanding from a compassionate place, from a place of knowledge and wisdom as to why things are playing out the way that it is. We see the beauty in it. Remember the scope of things. We have to look at things from a bigger picture sometimes. Like I said, like my last art exhibition, the death, the rebirth, and the in-between. The death, the rebirth, and the in-between is all about pulling yourself out of that equation and seeing things from a bigger perspective. So you can truly understand why you have embarked on this journey in the first place. why you signed that soul contract in the first place, to come down here and to assist not only yourself but others. So that's why it brings me back to we enter to creative communication with the signs and messages around us and truly see other people. So when you are fully immersed, when you can see the whole scope of a situation from a higher perspective, from a mindset to where it's allowing you to experience this life as it is in your journey, and from surrendering, then you can truly communicate not only with others but with yourself, but from a creative perspective. And the word creative stuck out to me because I think in this card it said it's a time for imaginative, lively exploration. So allow your imagination to take you to different worlds. Allow your creativity to create art, music, dance routines, anything that truly makes you happy. Even if you don't consider yourself to be a creative, whatever it is that allows your creative energy and your essence to truly blossom and flow with the energy of life, allow that to help you see the scope of situations, not from a tunnel vision, not from only one perspective, but from all perspectives. That allows you to truly understand something without judgment, without saying, oh, I can't stand this person, I can't stand this and that. Now that you're able to see the scope of something, you're truly able to understand that I get it now. That's beautiful. How everyone, everything on this earth is the image of Source, and how we're all made in a different light. And that's for a very specific reason, so we can truly interact with each other from like a spiritual level. That's why I think a lot of us are different. Like, think about it. Your carbon print is not the same as anybody else's. It is different. But that's a beautiful thing. Because if you think about it, if we were all the same exact person, we had the same personalities, we did the same, that shit would be so boring and irritating. You're like, fuck, why are you doing what I'm doing? Like, go over there, do this, go do that, go do something else. But it's like, the reason why we're all different, so we can truly communicate with each other, so we can truly connect with one another and love one another, and should be able to create with one another. There is beauty in different perspectives. Even if you don't understand the other person, even if you don't even agree to the fact that perspective is beautiful. Because we are all not cut from the same cloth, and we all have to look at life differently in order to survive. Wait, let me not say that, not in order to survive, but in order to live. So, hopefully that made sense to y'all. I'm not saying. Okay, let me read number 4, the changing line. Remember, the changing line was, what can we do? What can be done? I'm trying to remember because I closed the book. So what can be done about this? A tremendously bright light flares up, shines out, maybe beautifully, maybe painfully, and demands attention, and then it dies away and is discarded. This is not good or bad. It's just the nature of flame that does not have enough fuel to sustain itself for long. Trying to see if I can get this in here. Y'all don't have to turn your head. Don't be Don't be misled by its brilliance, or set too much store by what you imagine you have seen. It is not as significant as it appears. The glow of images enrolls lives. The glow of images enrolls lives just as long as they do. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, damn, can I even read? Because I don't know if I just be the way it comes out. Sometimes this shit trips me up. The glow of images enrolls lives just. Listen, I said lives instead of lives. Come on, Sayan, get it together. The glow of images enrolls lives just as long as they do, and then dies away. And what you see in that brief burst of light is not the complete picture. First of all, I know how to read, y'all, so don't try me. I know what y'all think. But anyway, but listen to that last part. What you see in that brief burst of light is not the complete picture. So it's like, hey, look, this is what I'm thinking was really going on. Some of us are causing our own grief and our own pain and sadness and depression. The reason why I say that, hear me out, is because a lot of times we allow our mind to play tricks on us because we give it that power and that intention to do so. And when we do that, we're not seeing things for what it is, not the whole scope of something. So when we're focused on a tiny little detail, we're just like, I don't understand. This is not what I wanted. And this is, then you get sad and you get upset. But then when you take yourself out of that equation, when you really broaden that scope of things, you see the whole picture. You're like, oh, that's what that was. Oh, I'm good. Like, I'm tripping. Everything's all good. Cool. So it's like you have to be able to take on different perspectives, even if it's from the mouth of someone else, someone saying something or saying something to the point where they influence your perspective to look at something from a different light. And that's okay. Again, everyone is not your enemy. And they may not be your friend, but they're not an enemy. They're just there to help you broaden your perspective a little bit. And so when we're too focused on something, guess what will happen? You will get frustrated and irritated with yourself. And then that's when that burnout starts to truly take place. Because think about it. You can be mentally burnt out from yourself. It doesn't have to be a job. It doesn't have to be any external circumstances. It can truly be your own mind doing that to you, burning yourself out, and it's exhausting day after day thinking about the same thing, upset about the same thing. And then what happens is you project that emotion onto each and everything or everyone that you interact with outside of yourself. And then everything else around you starts to become a problem. You start to say, oh no, this is not the place for me, this is not the job for me, this is not the person for me. But in reality, your mind is eluding you to the fact that you can't control or make sense of a certain emotion. So what you're going to do is make everything else around you miserable as a result of that. So you have to be able to truly look at yourself and understand that, okay, my mind is not necessarily playing tricks on me. I'm intentionally doing this to myself. Ask yourself, have you tried to get out of that mindset? Have you tried to look at things from a different perspective? Because if you have not tried everything that you could have done or even asked for help or allies or even support, you can't truly say that you have done something to the best of your ability. Because when we say that, that's when we betray ourselves. That's when we lie to ourselves and say, oh, I did everything that I did. No, you did not. You did nothing. And it's okay to talk to yourself like that. I'm not talking about beating yourself up or whatever, but sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. And I'm going to be honest, like, again, as I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself because I've been going through it mentally. And the reason why I say this is because I need to hear this for myself, but I also want y'all to hear me and say that it is okay to feel how you feel. Your emotions are valid, but don't allow your emotions to get out of control to the point where everything around you has to suffer because of it. You will not enjoy anything that you like to do anymore because as a result of your emotions controlling you not controlling it. So you have to be able to control your emotions in a very productive way. Anything that works for you, anything that brings you joy, do it. Like today, I really did not feel like getting out of fucking bed or doing anything. But you know what I did for myself? I went up and got a fucking massage, which I'm going to do once a month because I deserve it. And then I went to the fucking park. And then I sat in the sun and I felt better. Afterwards, I felt better because the sun was really giving me fucking energy. But instead, you know what I could have did? I could have laid my ass in bed, watched fucking Netflix all day, and ate the terrible fast food, which I did eat Popeyes today, which I really shouldn't have, but whatever. The point of it is, I had to make a conscious decision right then and there. I was gonna get my ass up and do something. I was gonna get my ass up and do something or lay my ass in the bed. And this is for anybody out there who's depressed or sad or got some mental disability going on, trust and believe that you are okay. You're going to be fine. I don't know who this is for, but you're going to be okay. And the reason why I say this because we are a lot stronger than we allow ourselves to believe. I wholeheartedly believe that we came to this earth for a very specific reason. Now, it's many reasons to that, but one is to have fun and enjoy this human experience that our souls are partaking in. And it's okay, give yourself a couple hours to get up and say, okay, I'm finna go do this. But don't lay there forever. And this is not to say, oh, get your ass up and do it. No, I'm not trying to bitch at nobody, but I'm just saying that, trust me, when you truly begin to see how, okay, my emotions are controlling me, I'm not controlling it. And when my emotions control me, I feel like shit. I don't feel like doing nothing that I like to do. So for once, for this 1, 2, 5, 3 hours of this day, let me get up and do something that's going to make me feel better. Even if it's in those few hours, do it anyway, because I'm telling you, it's going to ricochet throughout your whole day and it's going to make you feel better. Because that type of energy that you get from the universe, from the divine, your ancestors, God, whoever y'all believe in, that type of energy is unmatched. That type of energy can defeat any type of negativity, darkness, or anything that you believe about yourself, even if somebody made you believe it, because it's not true, or maybe if you have done that to yourself, it cannot match the energy of light. Light defeats the dark. Any time of the day, I don't care what nobody says. Light defeats the dark. Okay? Ooh, shit. I just thought of a good idea for my painting. See, that's how the divine works right then and there. I'm not trying to make this about me, but I'm just telling y'all right now. There are times where I be thinking like, oh my God, what if my creativity runs out? What if I can't make any paintings no more? And divine is like, girl, shut up. Why would you say that? But essentially, I just have to, say that for a moment. And yeah. So essentially, it's like, you are beautiful. You are a beautiful human soul that came on this earth to have a human experience. Okay? And let me scroll in a little bit. And there is beauty in different perspectives. So what does the divine want you to know right now and to understand? There is beauty in different perspectives. Stop looking at things from a magnifying glass. Is that what it's called? Magnifying glass eye or whatever? Take a step back, maybe a couple, maybe take a 5,000, 6,000 steps back and truly look at something for what it is. Look at the bigger scope of things. Look at it from a broader perspective. And once you do that, you will be able to have clarity and say, oh shit, I get it. I get it now. I understand. I don't need to be angry. I don't need to be sad or feel defeated. I get it. Okay. So the next one is medicine bundle. So allies and support, number 28. I don't know why I scrolled into that. Let me go out. Okay. I love these cards. Like, I always be so ready to read one of these. And it was crazy. Like, at first, I never, actually, at first, it took me a while to really connect with these cards. It always takes me a while to connect with certain stuff. And the reason being is because I'm telling you, sometimes I can just be very just closed-minded. And I consider myself to be open-minded a lot of times, but I feel like, man, is this gonna work for me? And I be thinking that spirit just gonna appear to me out of nowhere and be like, hey, so yeah, this is you, this is all you, girl. But they don't be doing that. They be like, girl, do what you want to do. If you connect with them cards, connect with them. If you don't, buy something else. Okay. So again, allies and support. If the medicine bundle has come into your hands today, you're being asked to honor the wisdom of your ancestors and the allies If you are not sure what the messages are, look at the strengths that are now being given to you and count them as your personal medicine. This assistance is supporting your. I really wish that it was like something different. This assistance is supporting your present path and should be recognized as blessings from your medicine helpers. Through them, you may find the courage to support self. The focus of this card tells you that you are not alone. The path may be difficult at. Ooh, shit. Hold on. Didn't I just. The path may be difficult for you at this time, but you are being supported during your climb. If the path is progressing easily, you are in alignment with the allies and are experiencing their assistance. Be grateful. Ooh, shit. They just told y'all. Be grateful with your ungrateful asses. JK. In all of the instances, you are being asked to know who is helping and see if you can return the favor by supporting others. The assistance of the medicine helpers does not falter when you stumble on your path. By example, you should always remain true to others you have assisted. Betrayal after trust is deadly. To have allies, you must learn how to be one. Okay. The path may be difficult at this time, but you are being supported on your climb. That rhymed. Okay, damn, that's crazy. The path may be difficult at this time, but you are being supported. Like, I'm telling y'all, whoever out there needs to hear this, if you are going through it, your ancestors are really there with you, holding your hand. And even though you may not feel it or whatever, but they're there, like they're here to support you. And go out in nature. Like today when I went out in nature, I felt better. Like go out in nature, lay in the grass, go out, read a book, maybe sketch, write a song or do whatever. Like that is definitely going to help you feel better. It's because your ancestors are there with you. Nature is real. She is alive and well and doing her damn thing. But she's there for us. She's there to help us and take all that energy away and transmute it. So it's like your allies are there. And I feel like a lot of y'all, the allies that they're talking about is your ancestors. And some of y'all, yes, it could be your friends or family, but I'm really picking up on your ancestors at this time. Your ancestors, your spirit team, your guardian angels, or whoever y'all connect with. It's like at this time, they're also letting y'all know, be grateful at the end of the day. We all got to show gratitude. So remember, continue to show gratitude to your spirit team for moving mountains for you all the time, but also to truly understand that it doesn't matter how hard it's going to get for you, they're always going to be there. Even when we feel like they're not, they're going to be there for you and for me and for everyone. Even if you don't believe that they're there, they are there watching over you and they care about you. But also at the end of the day is also remember that that in order for I'm thinking about, that's why I hesitated, but when it says in order to be an ally or whatever, you have to learn how to be one yourself or something. So it's basically saying like at the end of the day, the ancestors, and really people in your life should not be sitting there, oh, let me mark off the time that I did this for so and so. Now they gotta pay me back. Now they gotta do this and this and after me. That's not a friend. That's not an ally. People should want to help you out of the kindness of their heart. Even if the other person that's being helped is ungrateful. At the end of the day, when you are pure, when you're really a good person, you don't want to have to. Sometimes, listen, we do expect things back because that's human nature, it's ego. But a lot of the times, like your essence won't even sit there and allow you to harp on somebody or to be messed up or angry at somebody just because they didn't give you $1 back or they didn't give you something back. It's reality. It's like, okay, I remember that. Because at the end of the day, to be a true ally, it means to truly be compassionate towards somebody else and to be understanding of their situation. Even if you don't necessarily understand what's going on or whatever, I'm there for you when you need me. And I don't need you to, I don't need you to do anything extra or go out of your way do this and this and that for me because this is what I want to do because I see that you're in pain. I see that you're down and out. And I've been there before. So I know what that feels like to feel like you don't want to be a burden to somebody else, that you don't want to reach out for help. So I'm going to do something out the kindness of my heart to do this for you because I know how you feel and I know where you are. Versus, you remember that time that I was there for you? Oh, now you owe me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, and I get it from a very human perspective and ego and whatever. But at the same time, I feel like learning how to be a true ally comes from the heart, not from the ego's mind, but it actually comes from the heart. It's because sometimes, in order for us to be a good ally to other people, we have to be a good ally to ourselves. We have to be our own advocate a lot of the times. We have to truly be there for ourselves before we can sit there and be there for other people. So when I say, and that's the point I'm trying to make, is when I say, when somebody's giving like the tit for tat or marking it off when they did something for you and whatever, that's because that person have never advocated for themselves. They never felt that type of warmth and that comfort when somebody actually did something for them out of the kindness in their heart. Because people have treated them so in a way where, oh, now I did this for you, now you have to do this for me, quid pro quo. But instead of, no, I really want to do that for you because I see where you are right now in your life and I've been there. I know it doesn't feel good, so I'm going to do this out the kindness of my heart. So that's where that stuff comes from. A lot of times you have to see that in other people, that at the end of the day, I have to advocate for myself first. So like that conscious decision that I made to get off my ass and go do something for myself, that was intentional because I advocated for myself. I didn't call nobody. I didn't say, hey, tell me to get up out the bed and do something. No, I told myself, you know what? I deserve this. I deserve to get up, go get a massage, go to the park, or go do something for myself that's actually going to make me feel good. So the next time when it comes around, when I'm actually helping somebody else, I don't expect nothing back from somebody because I know how to advocate for myself. I know how to be my own ally. So I don't have to expect somebody to be something for me that I can be for myself. But also at the end of the day is that I also know what a true ally looks like. So I know that if I don't get that same feeling, or not necessarily that same feeling, they don't have to match it perfectly, but if I don't feel like people don't advocate for me or want to be my ally or support me, then I'm not going to return that energy and support you, because at the end of the day, that takes a lot of fucking energy. But what takes even more energy is when you're continuously supporting somebody and they're taking it away from you, taking, but don't actually appreciate you. It's not actually grateful. And that's what that passage this card was talking about, is be grateful. Because a lot of the times when people giving you their support, their energy, that's a lot. It takes a lot of strength. And the reason being is because our human vehicle needs a lot of energy. That's why when after death, a lot of souls are very exhausted, because this 3D plane is heavy and it's dense as shit. And that weighs heavily on our spirit. And also, but giving your energy to other people is going to weigh even more, because we all fight in the same fight. It's the same spiritual war that we're all going through. So when we all sit here on earth and like, well, damn, I need support too, but I'm too busy giving it away to you. And it's not that I'm a make note of that, but I see how you rocking now. I see how you move. I see how your energy is. So I'm not going to give to you no more. And I think that's also the mindset, the state that I'm in. Also, what this reading is about is what can be done. At the end of this, what I want people to take away is see the beauty of things. Don't take it for granted. Be grateful. And also knowing that that also gives you clarity, but also it's just like being your own ally, being your own advocate first and foremost before you go and either take it from somebody else or somebody gives it to you willingly or whatever your situation is. You won't be codependent on that anymore. And that's what's important. Be your own fucking ally. Be your own advocate. Don't wait for somebody to advocate for you. Okay, so yes, hopefully I wasn't too long-winded, and I feel like there was a lot of messages in this message today. I feel like there was a lot of energies that I was tapping into. Although I was basically saying the same stuff, I just felt like I was talking to different people about the same thing. I don't know why that's weird to me. It's like I'm talking to people about the same thing but differently. It's different perspectives. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I hope all is well with y'all again. I hope that I'm sending y'all energetic hugs. I am sending you nothing but compassion, understanding, love, prosperity, spiritual abundance your way. Again, I'm gonna try to be as I say I'm gonna try. I should not say that, but I'm gonna try to be as consistent as I can on here. Again, there's a lot going on in my life, and I'm still trying to figure stuff out. I'm not trying to make excuses, but essentially, you know, all the power to y'all. And I will talk to y'all later. Again, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. If this did not resonate with you, that is perfectly fine. It may not always resonate with everybody, but essentially, I hope y'all were able to benefit from today's message. I'll talk to y'all later.